going on, you guys? It's your boy Big Dog here with another DC TV Talk. We are wrapping up the season finale of Young Justice Outsiders. And I just got, it's going to be episode 24 through 26. I just have to say, I enjoyed this season, but this was not one of, this, I still prefer the first and second season over this. Reason being is because after season 2, the cliffhanger we got with season 2, with Darkseid and Vandal Savage, I think I was expecting more of them to play a bigger part in this season. You know what I'm saying? And Darkseid, like, literally did not talk that once. I know he the bad. Listen, I know he one of the bad people in existence. Okay, you know what I'm saying. And every time I see him, I get happy. Every single time. You know what I'm saying. But it's like he didn't speak a word. He didn't speak a word. He just sitting back looking swole, probably somewhere flying vertically. You know, he fly. Nobody fly cooler than the Darkseid. But yeah, that was my biggest thing. And like when these episode 2, I'm gonna go through all of them. It's like Cyborg comes into his own and he finally realized, but it seemed like that episode is like, oh boom. It's like, it seemed like he was plot Cyborg. It's like whatever the plot required him to do, even though we know Cyborg is able to do all those things, it just seems like it felt rushed in a sense. And like, I don't feel like it needed to be because it was 26 episodes. I'm happy that he finally came to his own. The anti-life equation is pretty much wrapped up. Granted goodness, things didn't end well for her, okay? She was exposed, but like once they exposed her, I was just sitting there wondering to myself, like, what is next? And it's like you see the light. They trying to get the people to turn on the Justice League and the Outsiders. So I'm like, that's how it is? And don't get me wrong, the ending with like Tara, listen, first of all, it's the Bat, people. The Bat always knew. He knew. He knew. You know what I'm saying? Black Lightning over here worried about everything Batman did. Black Lightning should have minded his business when he over trying to get this Martin Luther King speech at the end of the episode. Be quiet. Let the Bat do what the Bat does. Because they knew the entire time. Like, hey, she's working with Slade, but we gonna let her continue to do this, even though we know that no matter what, we put her in a situation where she might compromise what we trying to accomplish. It's all right though, because we gonna give her a chance. I love that part. That was like very well done. And Brion kind of reacted how I expected Brion to react when he killed his uncle. Like I mean, I'm not just super. No, I'm not super, hey, Brion, you know what I'm saying? And so it didn't bother me too much. I'm kind of, now my biggest thing is I'm wondering, where does season 4 go? Does season 4 implement more of the light versus the Justice League and the Outsiders, or do we get more Darkseid? When they gonna bring my boy Jason Todd back into the fold? Like, come on, man. Like, it's so much stuff, and I think people was expecting all of that to be answered this season, and I was too. You know what I'm saying? I expected Darkseid to be the end of this. You know what I'm saying? Darkseid, Vandal Savage. I would expect that was gonna be like the big combination at the end, but it wasn't. So I think it was kind of misleading. The cliffhanger at the end of season 2 was kind of misleading to this season. It's because you were expecting that big thing, but it was more or less to like establish other things around. Also, the number of metahumans is starting to like constantly going up. They don't have metahumans out here running around like mutants, okay? Like, for real. Because they steady just popping up every left and right. But it's so much stuff. I feel like my biggest issue with this is probably like my issue I had with Titans. And I love both of them, but it's like the big storyline didn't land. It wasn't bad, it just didn't land. It's just like you had good episodes. It's just like the big culmination wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying, it didn't just hit, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I still love the season, okay? I'm not complaining about this. I believe me, I'm not complaining about it at all. That's just the only thing I think, when I think about it, I have to be honest, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think about when I think about the season. It's like, okay, they had good episodes, but like, and plus like, yo, this season introduced 750 characters. Listen, I love DC. I swear. But they was introducing people. I'm like, man, who is you? You who, cousin? You related to who? You human and you it was so much. Like, so next season you don't have to introduce that many more people, okay? Just give me what you got with the core group, and I'm kind of wondering what they're gonna call next season, because I doubt it's gonna be outsiders too, because every season is one thing. I think first season just Young Justice, second season is Invasion, third season outsiders, fourth season. I'm just gonna put this out there. Let us get that Young Justice Outlaws, okay? Because I need Jason Todd. I need Artemis. I need Bizarro. Come on. Come through for your boy. Also, is my boy gonna come back? Is Wally West gonna come back anytime soon? I thought he was coming back this season. Once again, it's just stuff you think about, and you know that was important to you as a viewer, but like it didn't happen. It's like, so now you're waiting to like season 4. So I'm kind of like, are we done with the setup now? Because I feel like this was a lot of setup. I'm ready for like, hey, get Darkseid in there. Get my boy, get the Antimatter in there. Yeah, get the Flash back. Okay, get Wally West back. I need my boy back. And get my boy Jason Todd in there. All that good jazz. So yeah, because they're gonna have to go through the whole storyline. Like, that means you're gonna get more Batman and Joker. Like, how you got? I mean, come on now. That's perfect, bro. I really hope they do that next season. But you guys, let me know your overall thoughts on this season. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, man. I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.